Yeah, I see where it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's chowder pouch. Chowder.
I think it's 11 now.
Yeah, it's 11.
Yep.
Is RJ in the amateurs?
Yep. If anything, it shows the M6 is awful in Sector 1.
Should be good there. Okay, I think we are all finally set up. So, we are back with Season 3 of the JCCR Racing League. And I think we have Rowiki with us.
Yes, we do.
Perfect. All right. So, Johnny just got in. I was going to give him enough time to run a lap or two. then we're going to start the qualifying. Where is he? Here he is. So he's on his hot lap right now. We'll let him finish this lap, and then we'll get it going.
In the meantime, to the viewers watching, if you'd like a rundown of Season 2, Forza Canada won the Am League Championship with winning half of the races and has now been promoted to the Amateur League. Pro League, sorry. While yours truly has won the Pro League, I don't know what else to say about that.
I don't know if we have anybody that can potentially beat you.
We'll see.
All right. So who do we got? We got, is Dano racing in the amateur?
I think he has to back out.
RJ and Neighbor, those guys all have pro times up there.
But let's see the cars. RJ, who is not signed up on Sim League Pro, but might as well, in the new Porsche. Johnny in the new Porsche.
Send him a message in a bit.
Gouda in the Ferrari 296. RSR Neighbor in the Jaguar F-Type. That's a bold pick from the runner-up last season. For Badger, sticking with his Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Super Doofus running the BMW M6. Good choice, man.
Yep, we're going to try something a little different this season.
Devious switching from his Viper to an Audi R8 LMS Evo. Curry, also another new Porsche. B. Fox, who is new to league and the first ever Finnish driver to compete in a JCCR race with another Ferrari 296. And Remy, another new Porsche.
All right, we're going to start up qualifying and get this underway. 5 minutes late. Took me a minute to figure out how to do streaming again. It's been a few weeks. Hopefully, my driving won't be completely terrible. Got my new JCCR hoodie. Got my JCCR racing hat. Hopefully they'll bring me some luck.
Hold on, I'm just putting the streams, voting places.
Let a few of these guys go out ahead of me.
RSR Neighbor in the Jaguar F-Type is out first.
I did forget to mention earlier, I did change drafting to realistic.
Awesome.
So we're going to try that out. I don't know overall what the difference is between the low, the high, and the realistic.
I think weak slipstream more closely resembles custom slipstream from the daily races, which is powerful.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then it's RJ, who is on the medium tires for some reason. Then Curry, Remy, Fox, their Badger, then Johnny, then Super Doofus, who's just passed Chowda. And Devious has also passed Chowda. So there's your train.
Alright, looks like we got our first drivers coming up to the start-finish line as they're coming around the final corner. We get the first lap of qualifying underway.
First qualifying laps of the season begin here with RSR Neighbor in his brand new Jaguar F-Type.
Whoa.
through turn 1. Such a tricky corner in certain cars. Down this long straightaway, over the supercharged battery sign, down a hill, then to an uphill braking zone for turn 2.
Good straight to take a drink of coffee on.
Well, not really. Anyway, elevation through turn 2. Elevated braking zone, turn 3, uphill. Continue to go uphill. Through the Fujitsu sign. So tricky to get right without hitting the wall curb. The high-speed left-handers, some cars like to take off, so you really have to be careful to when you apply your power. Downhill braking zone, probably the most tricky section on the whole track. So easy to lose control on this section of track. The neighbor handling it nicely in the F-type. Out of the downhill left-hander and onto the longest straight on the track. Starts downhill, goes uphill, and goes back downhill. So long you could eat a snack while you're driving.
Totally ruined that
Into
corner.
the braking zone. Into the braking zone for the chicane. Ooh. The neighbor hit the curb there. I didn't see on the off-board.
I almost lost it going through the downhill section, but just holding on to it.
F6 is tricky there. Neighbor, around the final corner. Do Jaguar F-type. What's his first time gonna be? 2:06.9. RJ's next. What's his time? 2:06.0. Nice. Remy. 2:06.8. Next across the line. Johnny. B. Fox was fourth in the train. I don't know what happened. Johnny. 2:09.0. Super Doofus new car M6 2:08.5. Your Badger was in fourth with a 2:08.1, but was replaced by Devious, who's done a 2:07.6. R. Curie 2:11.9. Definitely still time to improve. Chowda across the line 2:19.7. And Chowda and Fox, definitely something happened to them. There's still time to improve though.
Whoa. Go ahead. Sir Badger. Me and him are trying not to wreck each other.
Oh, looks like I've got some traffic confusion between Sir Badger and Super Doofus. Hopefully this doesn't impede Devious.
Yeah, I got a little loose going into that section, and I couldn't spot where he was on the track, so I was trying to stay out of his way. And then he clipped the wall trying to get around me. Oh. Wait a minute. My bad.
That straightaway section, this is where the Aston Martin V12 Vantage is definitely going to have an advantage. No, not intended whatsoever. Because its straight line speed is basically equivalent to that of the Dodge Viper, but it also has better cornering ability, so what does Sir Badger do in that Aston Martin? Neighbor has improved this time, it's now at 2:06.4. Close to RJ. Next, Remy, something happened on his lap.
Looks like we'll get in about 2 more laps of qualifying. Whoa. Oh.
Johnny improves to a 2:08.2. Sir Badger does not improve his time. Neither does Devious. Super Doofus is going the wrong way for some reason.
I broke my engine. I clipped that wall coming out of turn, or the last turn here, and I wrecked my engine.
B. Fox, first proper lap. 2:08.2 moves up into 7th place. Gouda 269.
There we go.
Oh, Curry has improved to a 2064 and usurps Neighbor up to second place. Oh, we got some traffic confusion between Fox and RJ. Seems to have resolved itself, though.
Oh, jeez. Now I can't seem to make a corner. Yep. Should have enough time to get across that line for one more qualifying lap after this. Hopefully.
I don't know. Neighbor improves his time, goes back up to second place, and is only 0.17 behind RJ. Remy coming across the line. Oh no, he is lagging bad on my screen. Remy improves marginally, stays in fourth. The Badger 207.8. Devious improves to a 206.9, and R Curry 205.4.
Damn.
The gauntlet lap so far to go up into pole position by 0.6 of a second. Fox, despite the traffic confusion, still improves to a 207.7. Wondering what he can do with a clear track in front of him. Gouda improves to a 213. Good steps so far. Neighbors pulled the pits, so I presume his qualifying is finished. You were saying?
We are adding a point for pole position and a point for the fastest lap this season. So if Curry's time to hold, he's going to be essentially starting the race with 1 point already.
Oh yes, our Curry will be starting with a point if he can hold this pole position. And there's also been a revamp to the point system itself. So, for example, for a win, we used to get 25 points. We now get 20. Second place got 20. They now get 18. And third, actually, I think third has stayed the same from last season, 16 points.
Yeah.
I think the aim of this is to use more championship battles for positions.
Yeah, because the longer the season goes on, the more of an advantage. It ruined my lap. Yeah, that's what I get for talking and driving at the same time. But the more of the advantage that the leaders get, because you get 5 extra points every week. By the end of the last 2 or 3 races, you're so far ahead. So I've restructured it to where there'll be less separation by the end of it, rather than a 50 or 60 point lead. It might be like a 20 or 30 point lead.
Their Badger improves to a 206.6 and moves up to fourth. Devious does not improve. Did Remy improve? I didn't see. What I did see, Fox had damage, so I presume he had a mistake somewhere. RJ's in front of him now. RJ, can he take the pole off Curry? No. Fox doesn't improve either, so he stays 7th. Is anybody else on track? Gouda. He's the last car. Is 2:11.2.
He did improve his time.
Neighbor and SuperDoofus are in the pit lane.
I wrecked on my last lap.
The timer 2 minutes, or?
I'm going to give myself a quick bathroom break and give everybody a quick 5-minute break or whatever, and then we'll get this race started.
Oh yeah, continuation time is 2 minutes, so So, your qualifying rundown. R. Curry starts in pole position with a 205.497. RJ, a debutant in the league, it starts in second with a 206.0. Neighbor, the runner-up from last season in a new car, 206.2, starting in third. Sir Badger sticking with the Aston Martin, fourth place with a 206.6. Remy switching to the Porsche 911, fifth with a 206.8. Devious, the only Audi on the grid, a sixth place with a 206.9. B. Fox, another debutant in the Ferrari 296 with a 207.7. What did I just say? 207.7, starting in seventh. Johnny sticking with his Porsche, starting at eighth with a 208.2. Super Doofus, the only BMW on this amateur league grid, ninth place with a 208.5. And Chowder Pouch, 296 GT3, 10th place with a 211.2.
Yeah,
What?
unfortunately, yesterday I had a lot of bad races at Interlagos, and I got knocked down back into the D class.
Devious. Devious just said in chat.
Is
Johnny says,
Johnny
what
on
tires to
wet?
start? And Devious says, what?
Oh, Wes.
He really is devious.
I'm starting on the mediums too.
They don't call him devious for nothing.
And I want to make sure I have my brake balance set first. All right.
Rob, welcome in.
Yeah, I cannot hear my Karen bot again. So, hi
But
to
you can't
everybody
over
in the chat. Let's see who we
but you
had.
can't talk over me.
Yeah, which I guess is better anyways. Plus, you can see the chat, so. So, we got Nielsen, we got Igor, Dano, Remy, Rob. How's it going, fellas? We are, I believe, all ready. So, hopefully, everybody is in their chairs, ready to go. So, race long and prosper. Let's do this.
Hey Dan, are you signed up on the Pro League yet? The cars assume
Sure,
rolling
I have my
start
radar on.
positions. Season 3 is about to get underway. We
I
are
did beat
around
my
a
lap
month's
time.
break. Season 3 underway. R. Curry leads the field as we go into turn 1, with RJ and RS our neighbor rounding up the top 3.
Got a bit of a run on Johnny. He's giving me the squeeze there.
The neighbor is looking for a move on RJ in the Jaguar F-Type. That looks like it has Aston Martin Vantage equivalents of straight line speed. Easily blasting past RJ. RS our neighbor up into second place. But oh no! Oh, that was so close to a disaster. RS our neighbor caught loose. RJ managed to save him. And RS our neighbor has dropped back to fifth. How close was that to a disastrous start of the race?
Whoa.
Oh, it looks like Super Doofus has had a moment of his own,
I caught it.
but manages to catch it.
Cold tires. Wall. And
It's on.
perfect.
Oh no, Super Doofus on debut for BMW. That's not a good start to the season. Signed up, it's not showing. Super Doofus just needs to confirm your application, Dana.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to it this morning, so they're probably in there.
But R. Curry already has a 3-second gap to RJ. This is a perfect start for the Irishman. Our neighbor's already looking to recover ground. The F-Type also has great straight line speed. Past Remy into 4th place. Oh no, Sir Badger's off the road. Did he get loose?
no.
He's dropped all the way down to 7th place. Neighbor is already back into 3rd place.
I am way behind.
Got quite a gaggle of cars here. Neighbor 3rd, Remy 4th, Devious 5th, and B Fox up into 6th place. But after one lap, our Curie's advantage is 3.5 seconds.
Jeez. He might be going into the Pro League. I can barely keep my car straight.
Keeping my eye on this train here, from 4th to 6th, potentially 7th as well. So rather close between Remy, Deeps, and Fox. Johnny could potentially join this party as well. So Badger has fallen to 8th now. Anyone in downhill? Oh, neighbor hits the wall. On the downhill section, such a tricky section of this track to get right.
Get it again. At least I didn't spin this time. A little careful with the damage to my tire.
Remy getting close to neighbor.
That was much better.
You can have a look. Too far back.
I can see Chowder up ahead of me. Maybe I'm
Oh
not
no,
completely
Devious is
out of
off
this
into the
race.
gravel trap in the penultimate corner. Falling from 5th to 8th place. And out in front, Curie's advantage is almost 6 seconds already. Interesting to see what tires everyone's on when they go for their pit stops.
I did start on the mediums. I am slowly catching up to Chowder.
I'm not going to say who's on what tires this time to keep it interesting.
Yeah, announce it as the tires are being changed.
Yes.
Well, I'm managing not to wreck myself now. See if I can keep it on the track and maybe catch up to somebody.
We have a little pack for 6th place here. Johnny is holding 6th, but he has Sir Badger and Devious behind him on recovery drives after their offs at the penultimate chicane. Can Sir Badger use that always impressive Aston Martin straight line speed to put all his power down and get past Johnny? He's pulling alongside, claims position, and is already clear even before the braking zone. That is just the power of the Aston Martin V12 Vantage in a straight line for you. Oh, Johnny gets a little loose, and so does Devious, but he's right on his bumper. Is he gonna have a look into the final corner? No, he's not.
Oh, touched the grass a bit there and almost spun myself.
And out in front, our Curie's advantage is 6.9 seconds over RJ.
You know, 6 seconds behind Chowder, so I am catching up to him.
Lap 4, the pack is starting to spread out slightly. The previous pack was real bunched up. Neighbors now holding around a second over Remy in fourth. Remy's holding 1.1 seconds over Fox in fifth. Where Badger is put some distance on Johnny and is running on his own in sixth at the moment. Johnny has Devious chasing him for seventh. Then, oh, RJ has damage. I wonder what happened there. Front end and right front suspension damage. Did he hit the wall with the mountain section?
That section is so difficult. Driving this BMW is definitely a lot different than driving my Ferrari. I've got almost 31,000 miles on the Ferrari. This thing I've got not even 300, so I need a little more practice in the BMW.
Practice makes perfect. Lap 5, our Curie's advantage has grown to 9 seconds after RJ seemingly made a mistake in the mountain section. Then we've got Sir Badger catching up to B Fox. This is for 5th place. Badger had a moment early on from 8th, but he's on a fight back.
Closing in a little bit more on Powder here in the back. Not a great first turn.
Oh, Sir Badger's gap to Fox has increased to 2.5 seconds. I wonder if he had another little moment.
And Chowder has gone off in front of me. It's like he did the same thing I did.
Oh, looks like
Chowder's
right moment. It is on the first of the left-handers. I wonder if he's took the curve, launched onto the wall.
Rear end of this car definitely likes to spin out, coming out of corners. Be very careful on that pedal. And I'm using traction control too.
Lap 6, our Curie has a huge lead in front. It's grown to 10 seconds. But the thing our Curie has to think about now is, if he pits, whenever he pits, is he going to come out in traffic? If he pits now, he'll probably come out in... Oh, Chowda! Like he's got it off at the end of the longest straight. That's a hard wreck, it looked like.
Looks like I'm 20 seconds behind here on Devious. Got a long way to go to catch up.
And it looks like Chowda has pulled out of the race. We have our first retirement of the race.
Oh, come on, keep this car steady. Not gonna help me get caught up.
Interesting development. B Fox has been gaining on Remy, is now less than half a second behind. He's using the slipstream, trying to close in. Remy trying to break the toe. Here's the braking zone. Remy holds fourth. And for 7th place, Devious has finally overtaken Johnny. Devious bided his time, and it has paid off. Johnny has a run on him. Run on him on the exit. Is he going to try one in the final corner? Nope. Devious has solidified 7th place. And Sir Badger is the first into the pits from the medium tires.
You coming out on the softs? Gonna have a
I
long
presume
stretch
so.
on those soft tires. Have to kind of see how he does towards the last couple of laps. Make sure his tires are holding out.
Only he knows how good the Advantage's tire wear is, so we'll see. Exits the pits ahead of Super Doofus, so he has managed that traffic perfectly there.
Trying to warm his tires up, swerving up and back and forth in front of me. See if I can catch up to him at all. I might be able to use his draft to catch up a little bit.
Our Curie's advantage now is 12.5 seconds. If he's going to pit now, though, he needs to find the gap between Devious and Johnny. Luckily, he needs to find a gap between Fox and Devious so he doesn't come out of traffic behind him and Johnny.
Did it again. Well, I don't think I'm going to catch up now.
Off again in the BMW. But Remy is pulled away from Fox and is now looking to get Neighbor for the podium.
Yeah, it looks like I definitely need to find myself some more time to practice.
Definitely help for the BMW.
I guess it's some nice practice here because I have some nice open track. Nobody's in my way. One nice thing about racing in the back.
Okay.
Take all the road I want.
I am really liking Neighbors, Fox's, and Sir Badger's liveries. The bottom of Sir Badger's car on the sides.
Oh, what's it say?
It says real men don't need instructions.
Nice.
But I'm totally not biased when I say I really like the livery Super Doofus has on his car. No bias there.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Archery has grown his advantage to 13.5 seconds. Is he gonna pit this lap though? I think if he pits now, he can find a good gap between Remy and Devious. It's No, he stays out another lap. He's going to try and stretch the soft tires for 9 laps.
Oh, almost ate it going into that section again. God, downhill section is so crazy.
And we have our second stopper, Remy, in the Porsche 911, makes his pit stop. Also on the medium tires to start. And Devious follows him in.
Yeah, I'm going fingers crossed that I will not get a penalty going into the pit.
Johnny stays out. With Remy and Devious pitting, I think Curie has a good enough gap to come out in free air if he pits now. Devious also started on the mediums, is going to the softs. Super Doofus coming into the pits. And he also started on the medium tires.
I gotta remember not to get a full tank of gas because you don't need it.
Well, wow, you're probably gonna need to refuel more because that's a thirsty car. 36%.
I only need about 56% to get to the end of the race. I'm gonna do about 55, 60, 60%.
Let's have excess in case you don't run out.
Not that it's really gonna help me a whole lot. Way in back. $35 seconds.
Surely our Curie is going to come into the pits this lap. No, he stays out again. Curie, your tires are starting to wear down.
Yeah.
The warning.
He does have a big lead, so he can go a little bit slower and manage his tires.
I mean, yeah, but this is Mount Panorama after all.
Yeah, it's not a track, which I've done twice already, that you want to wreck on.
Next into the pits, B. Fox, who also started out on the medium tires.
Whoa. Downshifting too much.
It looks like Sir Badger has got the undercut on Fox, up into 5th place. And so has Remy, into 6th place. Oh, actually, P-Monk didn't get undercut by Remy, but he has now been passed for 6th place.
Alright, now that I got my outlap over with, let's see if I can actually get a halfway decent lap time. I think 208.5 was my best so far.
Now Arcury is coming into the pits. And he was on the soft tires, starting from pole, using those soft tires to perfection to pull out an 11-second gap. Or was it like 12.5 seconds when he came into the pits before he slowed down? Yeah, anyway. RJ is going to take the lead for now. Neighbor also comes into the pits with medium tires to start. Arcuri exits only around 9 seconds behind RJ. If we have our final pit stop of the race, it's Johnny. Also medium tires, switching to soft tires.
Looking like I'm having my best lap so far.
Your Badger has pulled the undercut to go up to 4th place. Like we have B-Fog looking to move on. Devious! Ooh, that's not a funny look at there. And he definitely thought better of it.
And there's a 207.9 is my personal best using the BMW on this track.
About 6th place, B-Fox is right on the bumper of Devious. Can he force Devious into an error so he can slip past and take 6th place? Ooh, the 296 looking really sketchy there. And RJ comes into the pits. He was also on medium tires, so it seems like Arcuri was the only one who started on soft tires, and he made use of those to absolute perfection. So about 6, B Fox pulls out of the slipstream and is right alongside Devious. Gonna pull down into the penultimate chicane. Who's gonna come out on top in the battle for 6? E-Fonks breaks the latest and is up into 6th place. Oh, and it looks like RJ has got a 3-second penalty for, I think it's for cutting across the entry line.
I tried to take it a little bit slower going into the pit, and I managed to avoid getting the pit lane penalties. It's pretty big on this track.
There has been a bit of discussion with pro and amateur drivers about that pit lane penalty. So far, only one driver has received a pit line penalty. Oh, looks like RJ's got damage on the front and bumper and his front left tire. Or be at the wall of the mountain again.
Alright.
The Badger has damage. The Badger also has damage. Did he also hit the wall? The mountain is proving very punishing towards the end of this race as RJ serves his 3-second penalty. Absolute eternity on track.
Some wheel spin out of the BMW.
That's a 3-second penalty has cut down his gap to neighbor from 9.2 to 3.5 seconds. Holy moly. Now Curie's gap in first is 18 seconds.
That downhill section just doesn't get any easier. Every lap it is a real challenge.
And as I said, the mountain is proving real punishing towards the end of this race.
Oh, I'm on a hot lap here. This is definitely a personal best.
There was a marshal waving a green flag where you were, even though nothing happened. I don't know what that was for.
Two oh seven two. Of course, the car is a little bit lighter. I got just over a quarter tank in the gas tank.
I've just had a look at Sir Badger's tires. It's only lap 13, and he's down to about 35% on that front right. Remy's tires look much better. Look at Remy mounts an attack for 4th place at the end of this race.
Oh, don't spin, don't spin. And I spun. Terrible spot to spin out on this track, too. No good where to turn around.
Now the wrong, don't scratch the paint job, man.
Oh, wrong gear.
That'll
Yep,
be
I'm gonna have to
2,000
get
credits for me to
my,
repaint the scratches.
I have to get my paint, or my pit crew to fix all the paint.
Will be 2,000 credits to repair all the scratches.
Now I got dirty tires and damage on my car. Good thing is I won't lose any positions after that wreck. I'm already in last.
Devious has damage on the front right corner. I don't know what happened there.
All right.
Oh, big development. Sir Badger also has damage. Remy's right on his tail. RJ and Archery also have damage. The Mount is taking no prisoners at the end of this amateur race.
An extra 30 seconds on my lap time there. Uh, 207 is not great, but it is best of done with it, so kind of proud of that.
Archery rounds the final corner and enters the final lap with around a 13.5-second gap. This is Mount Panorama, so there's still a lot of time for things to develop. And Remy tries around the outside on Sir Badger, and he makes it stick into 4th place. Nice job, Remy. I'm not sure Sir Badger's going to try and fight it back, but his tires are heavily worn at this point. He's going to try anyway. And he makes it stick. Sir Badger still holds 4th place. On the final lap, this battle is still continuing. Sir Badger's tires are almost on rims, particularly his front right. Can he hold on to 4th place from Remy?
Whoa. At least I kept it out of the wall that time. RJ with the fastest lap.
2:04.8, the end of this race.
Yeah, did he just get that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting to see how the battle for 4th unfolds.
And coming up to the final lap for me, my misery is almost over.
R. Curry, rounding the penultimate chicane. He began life in JCCR last season. Won at Nürburgring. There were things to work on over the offseason. And over the offseason, he has definitely worked on them. He has tamed the mountain here today. And today, R. Curry wins the season opener of Season 3 and wins here in Mount Panorama. Truly dominant display from the Irishman. RJ, debutant, and a debut podium, finished in second, and with another fastest lap of a 2:04.7. Oh, Sir Badger's off the road. Did he go off himself? But Remy does slip by into fourth place. Sir Badger has no tires left whatsoever. Neighbor takes third in a brand new Jaguar F-Type. Remy around the final corner. He has pressured Sir Badger lap after lap, and it pays off for fourth. Sir Badger, with dead tires, holds on for fifth. B Fox comes home to finish in sixth. Devious coming up to the line as well. Comes home for seventh place. Johnny will take the flag in eighth place. He awaits Super Doofus to take the flag in ninth place. But what a race that was for R. Curry. Truly dominant display. Never looked in doubt from when he pulled away at the start of the race.
I was only a few more laps away from getting lapped.
It didn't look that close between you and the leader.
I think I was through turn 1 when he was going through the final corner.
Irish, welcome in.
Gonna finish with like 0.6 in the fuel tank, so got my fuel right.
Super Doofus runs
And
the final
finally,
corner, finishes
across
in
the line.
ninth.
Tough race. Let's see who we got.
What a race
Irish,
to
how's it going?
open. What a race to open the amateur league season. Your race results. R. Curry with a dominant performance to finish in first. RJ with a great debut to finish in second with the fastest laps, an extra point for him. RSR Neighbor with a new car, the Jaguar F-Type with third place. Remy taking fourth from Sir Badger on the final lap. The penultimate chicane. What a great battle that was. Sir Badger did valiant with those dead soft tires. B Fox comes home for sixth. Devious seventh. Johnny eighth. Super Doofus ninth. And Chowda 10th with a DNF.
Take that just in case, and then we'll go to replay. And we'll share this. Of course, it's not there. That way we can make our replay later. And we will get set up about 3-4 minutes till the start of the pro race. So we finished that just right in time.
I need to change my oil. I'll be right back. Give me like a minute or two.
Yep.
It's 11:50.
So my internet here is finished saving this. There we go. So I didn't do great in the race, but honestly, as far as Bathurst goes, I didn't do the worst. So I need to cancel my entry. So spectate somebody for a minute. We got Crispy, who is just getting in. We haven't seen him practice yet. See what kind of lap times a couple of these guys are doing. Let everybody get set up and ready to go. Oh, take me a quick human pit stop. I'm drinking way too much coffee this morning.
Let's see the cars the pros are in as I return from changing oil. And Forza Canada, new to the Pro League after virtually dominating the Amateur League last season, sticking with his old faithful Porsche 911. Dano has also switched from the Viper, this time Ferrari 296. Crispy, also Porsche 992. Thor has gone for the Aston Martin. He has definitely watched Sir Badger's race. I think that straight line speed is crazy. Definitely a solid pick for this track. Wrong button. Rocco sticks with the M6, as do I. Seb has a new car, the McLaren 650S. And Nielsen, another Porsche 992. No race next week, getting married. Congratulations, Sir Badger. Aston's straight line is crazy at the duck and slip. Yeah, definitely, Remy. If you remember to the end of season 2.
Alright, right back.
If you remember the end of season 2, Sir Badger wasn't in slip, and Neighbor wasn't slip, and Sir Badger's Aston Martin still was pulling on Neighbor's 296, was it then?
Yeah, he was in the 296. Alright, we're going to give these guys one more lap, and then we'll start the qualifying.
That.
Let's have a look and see what Thor's driving the other way. The Aston Martin there. See his Viking Warrior helmet through the windshield.
I said this earlier, it gives God of War vibes.
Crispy just took first with a 204.5. Rocco in the BMW. Oh, Daniel moves into third. So, looks like we got a pack here. As soon as this pack is at the end of this, Thor. As soon as Thor crosses the line, we're going to go ahead and start up the qualifying. That should be enough practice laps to get everybody warmed up. And coming up to the back straight. Best place to take a drink of coffee while you're racing. That's a cool livery that Thor's got on his car. So he's got himself a blue time. Will he take P1 away from Crispy? And he does, just barely.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds, literally.
Alright, as soon as you're back, we're going to start it up. So, I'm going to put out warning.
I told you it'd be 10 seconds.
Perfect. Make sure everybody's ready, good to go. And I think we are good. We've got Rowiki, we've got Thor, Nielsen, Rocco, Seb, Dano, Borza, and Crispy. We are missing a Jim and a Jay that I would love to have those guys in. But I think
Yeah,
we're
Jay's
good to
not coming
go.
back.
So we're going to go ahead and start this qualifying.
Jay's not coming back. I asked him, and
Yeah,
getting
Jay's.
access to his PlayStation next month.
Yeah, I would like to start a fundraiser or something, see if we can get him a new PlayStation.
I wish the best of luck for him. Hopefully get back soon.
So let's get out here on the track with the drivers. That might help. We got Rocco out in the front, leading the way on the outlap, trying to get his tires warm. Wiki is behind Thor. Dano in the beautiful Ferrari. Seb, looking good in the new livery that he's got. Very nice car. Can't see, it says in memory of something on the front, but it goes by too fast. Of Sally?
Yes, I think it was his fish. Pet fish he's representing, I think.
Yeah. Clip the wall a little bit there. And maybe a little bit there too. We got Crispy in the Porsche. He was getting a little wobbly going into the downhill section. Looks like he recovered it. So tricky going through that downhill. And we also got Nielsen in a Porsche. Very nice orange Team Not sponsored livery. And going back to Forza, who won the Amateur League last season and is now moving up into the Pro League. He did say that he's not a fan of this track, so his Pro League debut is probably going to suffer a little bit. But I do think he will do just fine in the rest of the season. Got first actual qualifying lap underway. Go up to the front, see what Rocco does here. Alright, so we got Rocco coming through the downhill section. Like he's followed up by Thor and Rowiki. Nice to see a couple of BMWs, so that way I know what the BMW is actually capable of. Wiki in the number 1 car. Number 1
My
fastest
favorite
driver
car.
on the team. Which, during the dailies, we often see his name up in the top 100. Wiki is definitely ridiculously fast. So 2:04 from Rocco, 4.2 from Thor, almost a full second faster, 2:03 from Wiki. And Seb gets himself a 2:05. Crispy's in the 2:04s.
If I was an alien, I wouldn't be on this planet, would I? But I'm human.
You know, it reminds me of the pod racing from Star Wars, when Anakin Skywalker says, you know, that he has to have Jedi powers because no human can do it.
I forget
So.
that. All I know is the race itself, and that now this is pod racing meme.
Yeah, now this is racing.
Now this is car racing?
I believe there is a new pod racing game coming out that's actually supposed to be pretty cool. Like customize your own pods and stuff.
Not Star Wars related, though?
No, it is, yeah. The pod racing from Star Wars.
Really?
But rather than, you know, just mimicking what the movie showed, I think they're actually putting out some tracks and your ability to customize your own pod instead of just using whatever. I would totally do some pod racing. And going back to the front of the pack up here with Rocco. Is he going to improve his lap time? Oh, he's a little bit slower on that lap. Looks like Thor improved his lap. Just behind Rocco now. Crispy moves up to a 2:04.0 just ahead of Thor, and he goes off track through turn 1 and resets to the pit. Who we got coming across the line? Nielsen. Dano in a beautiful Ferrari. You see Crispy coming out of the pits right behind Dano. Dano's off to a good start on this lap. See if he can keep it together. And of course, Dano, he likes his Ferrari, or his Ferrari. He likes his Viper, so he's switching from the Viper to the Ferrari for this season. So just like me, I'm sure he's trying to get used to a new car.
Quite a few new cars in both leagues this season. Whoa.
Still getting a blue time here, so he's looking good as he's going into the downhill section.
I'm almost rolled off my desk.
I did play Crossout a long time ago, years ago.
I played Crossout in like 2023. It was as dead as a graveyard.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why I stopped playing, because there was nobody in there. I think it was really cool, though, the way you could build up your vehicles.
Yeah, Yeah, but I also think it was pay to win.
Yeah, it definitely was pay to win. That was one of my problems. And Dano does improve his time with a 206.9. Gets him just out ahead of Forza. And he slows down to let Crispy go by. Looks like he's happy with that time. You know, at this rate, basically every race we're just going to have to give Rowiki the 2 bonus points. That's going to be extra 24 points over the total of the season.
Race hasn't started, you know.
Yeah, but, I mean, what are the odds you're not going to have the fastest lap? Crispy coming through here pretty quick. He's got himself up a half second. Barely hanging on. Oh, he clips the wall. That's not really going to help. Just slow him down a little bit. Sliding through there. He is really pushing it. As we're coming up through the final lap. Did somebody make it across in time to do one more? So Forza does have a pretty decent lap here. He might be able to get himself a few positions as the race goes on. Crispy did not improve his lap time. He had a really good start on the first half of that lap, but got a little wild going into the downhill section. And I believe that is everybody done qualifying. Forza's coming back out of the pit. So we do have Rowiki taking the pole with a 203.2. Rocco is the closest to him, 204. And, oh man. So Rocco with a 204.078 and Crispy has a .079. That is about as close as you're going to see without being a direct tie.
Going again, so that
Thor was only a tenth of a second behind that time, so we got a very close in the top 4. And then Seb will be starting in 5th with a 204.5. Then we have Nielsen, the 205.5. Dano has himself a 206.9, and Forza with a 2070. Yeah, such close times between the two. That might make a pretty good battle as the race goes on. All right. Well, if we are all ready, we should get this pro race underway. So good luck to all the drivers out there. Try to share the road, be nice to each other. If you got a faster driver coming up behind you, let them go by. And let's race long and prosper. Get our Race
I mean, you
info
don't have
up
to
here.
move out of the way, just facilitate it reasonably.
You know, I think it's a judgment call. If I see somebody flying up behind me, I'm going to move. But if it's seems like, you know, that we're pretty even, then yeah, I'm not just going to move out. And here we go as Ruiki is taking the charge down into turn 1.
Steering is fine, thank God.
Go back a little bit into the crowd. Looks like we got a bit of a lag. Trevor's in the back. Dano may not have been ready. He is starting a little bit behind. Unless he spun out. I know this track will start you in the final corner. I had to start in the final corner. Going through the very tight uphill section. Thor gets a little loose going in through there. Like we don't have anybody challenging for too wide going through here, which is always sketchy. Oh, we got Crispy off the track. Looks like he manages to get back on pretty good. Got a little bit into the grass, and he got himself a half-second penalty there. I'd be pushing a little too hard on his tires, not giving him enough time to warm up yet. Yeah, he's sliding through some of these corners. He is definitely getting it. That is going to give Seb a chance to get right on his bumper here. If he's going to fully get the overtake. And he does not make the move going down into the corner. Just a little too far behind there to make him attempt at it. Rocco looks like he's keeping up with Ruiki pretty good so far. Rocco did have a couple of races where he really did give a good run at it, trying to chase down Ruiki. You can see back behind there, we got Thor and Forza.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Ruiki may have had some trouble. Yeah. Oh, and Rocco gets loose. He saves it, but that is definitely going to cost him as he drops back there. And Seb clips that wall a little bit. That's going to slow him down. This wall definitely, or the wall, this track is definitely not taking the prisoners. Oh, and it looks like Crispy clipped the wall there. And he gets himself a half-second penalty again going through the downhill section. Not doing himself any favors. Looks like he's drifting through that corner. We got Nielsen trying to catch up to Forza. And Dano trying to get caught up, kind of far behind how I was, so I know how it feels to be that far in the back. That's okay, you got the best looking car on the track.
Back end on this thing is rowdy as Kyle Busch.
And that's a 205.3 for Rowiki, the fastest lap so far. All these guys are really fast. It's hard to catch up to somebody when everybody's going so fast. And Seb is getting close into Crispy here. See if he can keep the pressure on. See if Crispy makes a mistake going in through the downhill. Looks like he is able to keep it in bounds this time. Seb is all over him though. He is definitely looking to make a pass. Crispy is just keeping it out ahead of him there. Go back here a little bit as Nielsen is coming up behind Forza. He should be catching a bit of the draft right there as he is going to get a run on Forza. Looks like he may have let off a little bit going into that turn. Something we like to see here in the JCCR team. We are all very clean racers. A lot of better racing that we don't experience in the dailies, which is why we started this league.
Dailies can be fun, you just have to know the right people.
Yeah, and mistakes do happen. I've had plenty of times in the dailies where, somebody hits me and they didn't mean to. So, I don't get too mad about it. There's definitely a lot of times where I've been hit by a car and watched the replay just to realize that that guy was hit into me. So if you automatically assume that it's somebody's fault and you go for that revenge move, you might be getting revenge on somebody that doesn't deserve it. Probably help while I'm talking if my microphone was good. So everybody missed what I was saying on that one, but we do have Nielsen, who did make it past Forza, and Seb fell behind Thor. Looks like Dano may have slid out again because he's fallen a little further back. Seb comes flying into that downhill section. Closes the gap, getting up to Thor here. See if he can stay close to him and maybe make a move going down the back straight. We're trying to use the draft here. A little far behind now, so might not be able to make the move going into the big turn. Getting his fastest section through here so far, looking to improve his lap time. He gets himself a 2:05.7. It's his best lap of the day, but it doesn't show it there on the right side for some reason. And Rocco is very close to Rowicki here, doing his best to keep up with him. Just over a second behind. Of all of the drivers that we've seen in the pro leagues, Rocco probably has the best chance at maybe passing Rowicki. If anybody can do it, it's got to be Rocco. Crispy coming into the downhill section, getting a little sideways, and he tags the wall again. Porsche team is definitely going to have to beat out some dents on that car as he goes drifting through that final downhill corner. Thor and Seb aren't too far behind him. Seb again looking to get his fastest lap as he is almost 0.6 up. And he does indeed increase his time to 2:05.0. So almost a full 0.8 of a second better there. We're now 6 laps complete on lap 7. Start seeing some of the drivers possibly going into the pits. Should be starting in the next lap or two. Devious saying that Rocco is on the soft tires, so he might be looking to pit earlier.
Wait, what? Say, tires?
Rocco is on softs.
Oh.
And he's still doing a good job. Let's see where Thor and Seb.
I think that's actually a smart strategy right now. He's using my slip to pull away from Crispy and Thor.
Yep.
I like Rocco's intelligence.
Yeah, Rocco is definitely a smart racer.
Oh, yeah.
And Thor getting himself a blue section, 0.2 of a second faster. He is coming up into the final corners. Nobody going for the pit lane just yet. He is using the draft. Oh, Thor is going to go in first. And he has got himself the medium tires, so he's going to be switching to the softs. And Nielsen is also going into the pit. Like Ruiki is starting to pull away from Rocco a little bit. It's still about a second separation there. He's doing a good job of keeping up. We also have Forza going into the pits, as all three of those drivers are going to be coming out on the soft tires. And Dano going in. Does not look like Dano is going in, so he stayed out. Rocco did drop back a little bit. It looked like he may have clipped a wall before the downhill section, so he may have slowed himself down a little bit. Yeah, I think his tires are starting to go on him as he's getting a little sideways. Yeah, I definitely did not want to try and push more than 7 laps on the soft tires. I think I only ended up doing 6.
Last one to the pits, like time race.
And Rocco is going in on lap 8, so it looks like he's going to get his soft tire or medium tires on. Rocco currently with the fastest lap of 2:04. Crispy is going in, he's got mediums, and Seb follows him. Thor must have spun out at some point because he has fallen back a bit. He stays out. Or no, did he pit already? Maybe that's why he fell back. Yeah, he pitted already. So after the pit, yeah, he's back in position up in the 4th. And he is chasing down Crispy. Oh no, Seb has gotten himself the dreaded 4-second penalty. So unfortunately on this track you get the 3 seconds for crossing the pit lane, but if you go off into the grass, you also get another 1 second for track cutting. Now, the pit lane in this one is definitely probably most difficult one in all of GT7. Now, Thor looking to give Crispy a run.
Second pit, only a second pit cutting penalty race.
Yeah, I think we had
Races?
1 in the amateur, now just 1 in the pro. So overall, that's not bad. I know I made that same penalty mistake 3 times during practice, but I did manage to keep it in when we were doing the race. And Seb is going to get the big slowdown here.
I think my penalty was fine.
I'm going to see how much of an advantage it's going to give Nielsen to catch up. And Roiki is going in. He's going to get his soft tires on.
What am I, Chewbacca?
Nope, sometimes I just forget English. So it's still quite a ways behind Seb. But it definitely gave him a bit to catch up there.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And Rowicki is back out onto the track. 4-second lead. Just under 4 seconds now as he's going into turn 2. And Rocco does have a good advantage over both Crispy and Thor. It looks like the battle here between Thor and Crispy. We're going to watch and see. Oh no. He almost did. Thor almost overshot that corner and hit the wall, but he managed to save it, keep it off the wall. But that did cost him quite a bit of time there. Where did Remy finish, or where did I finish? I finished dead last.
Remy, 4th.
And Remy finished in 4th. Yeah, I did terrible in the race, but that's okay. I knew I was going in. Yeah.
Their badger had dead tires towards the end, so Remy was counting lap after lap, and he got him on the penultimate chicane on the last lap.
We got a good amount of separation between all the cars here. Roiki is now on his soft tires, so he's going to be pushing, looking to get the fastest lap away from Rocco. Shouldn't be too difficult. I believe he had a 2:03.3 in qualifying or practice.
0.2.
Yeah, 2:03.2. Well, Crispy takes the fastest lap there with a 2:03.8. Yeah, it's going to be fun making this highlight reel. And Crispy in the back here is getting loose through that section again. He gets loose through there every time and manages to keep that car pointing in the right direction. Really pushing that car to its limits. Oh no, Nielsen clipped the tires wall just a little bit. Manages to keep it straight. We definitely dropped some further back behind Seb. Going back up to Riki through the final corner here. See what kind of lap time he gets. A 2:02.8. Team to Christmas. That'll take it.
I was practicing for that all morning.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, I'm on a low fuel tank now.
Yeah, a little bit lighter weight. Gets a purple time through the first sector. Rocco with a good lead over Crispy. We got a 2-second lead, so we'll see if Crispy's catching up or not. And Thor is not too far behind. Crispy goes through the downhill section again. not drifting through there as much as he was before. Oh, it looks like he just caught up a bit to Rocco. Rocco must have gotten into the wall. Crispy has caught up about a half a second there. Rocco's still with the blue sector there, so he's going pretty quick through there. Rocco gets a 2:04 on that lap. Crispy is now 1.2 seconds behind as he is catching up. Three laps to go, and Crispy is pushing. He wants to take that P2 real bad. Now just a second behind. Looks like Crispy has a bit of an advantage going through the second section of the track, but then Rocco seems to pull back ahead of him right after the downhill. Both drivers are very even here. Rocco does manage to extend his lead back to almost a second. Well, he's falling back again, 1.3. Pulling. Nope, Crispy's catching up to him a little bit. We're coming up on 2 laps to go. Is Crispy going to be able to get caught up here and make a pass before the finish line? Dano spun again in the back. I know how much of a handful the Ferraris are on this track.
I think the consensus is 458 because it's MR is more difficult on entry, but 296 is a turbocharged FR, so its back end can get rowdy like the M6.
Using the Ferrari here in the daily races that have happened here, it's definitely a struggle all the way through, so this definitely is not a track for the Ferrari. And Crispy has caught up 0.3 of a second here, drifting a little bit through that corner. Just a half a second behind Rocco now. Can Rocco hold him off? Looks like he touched the wall a little bit. That's going to slow him down on the acceleration, so he's falling back going into the downhill. Looked like he got a wheel off the ground as he came over the top of that hill. Coming up on 1 lap to go. Crispy is trying to get closed in here. He's got a bit of a run. You can see Thor back in P4 just behind these two guys. And Rowicki is crossing the line for the final lap.
Whoa.
here we go with Rocco and Crispy. Down to the final lap. Crispy's got to attack now. Rocco's gonna know he's on the attack. Crispy is right up on his bumper. Going for a move on the outside. They're side by side. Very close racing. Rocco has the line. Going into the corner, he is going to drop back as Crispy does take P2 going into the uphill section. Sounded like Rocco may have touched the wall a little bit there. He's going to want that position back. He has a shot. Oh, and a little bit of a bump there as Crispy gets loose and Rocco touches his bumper. Looked clean enough. I don't think there would be any kind of penalty. I managed to keep it straightened out, and Thor has managed to catch up while these two are battling. Not quite enough, though. Coming into the final section of the track, Rocco is going to make a move towards the outside. Going side by side, Rocco's going to have to fall back. Coming up on the final corner. And he is not going to have enough to do it. So congratulations to Rowiki winning the first race of the season. Followed in P2 by Crispy. Third is Rocco is in third. Thor is in fourth. Seb is going to take the P5. Sliding across the end. Nielsen coming around the corner on the final turn to take P6. And Forza in his pro racing debut is going to take P7. I'm sure we'll see him moving up as the season goes on. And I don't think that Ferrari was very nice to Dano. But like I said, I have struggled with the Ferrari on this track so many times. And Rowiki having both pole and the fastest lap, he's going to get the 2 bonus points. So he's going to be looking at 22 total points, which is going to give him a 4-point advantage over Crispy. Dano wins the finish line, as he always does. Nice little shot to end it there.
Oh, I got a 6-star roulette ticket from that. The mileage.
Very nice. And there you have it. First race of the season at Bathurst. So make sure that we get some screenshots here. And save our replay. Or share our replay. That way, if anybody else wants to see the replay, they can go on to mine and find the replay in my gallery. Yeah, it was definitely a tough track to start the season on. Let's see where I have this written down. Next week, this is not going to be a good week for me next week either, as we're going to be traveling to Suzuka, which is not a track that I'm very good at either.
Hey Forza, if you say you spun too many times in the race, you're like 20 seconds off of the top 5. So you're doing great so far. Your pace is up there, man.
When Forza was definitely saying it's not one of his tracks, so I think if we would have had a track more suited to him, his debut in the Pro League would have gone a lot better. But I think over the next few weeks, we'll see him do pretty good. All right, well, there we have it. Next Saturday, we are doing 15 laps at Suzuka. It'll be the same 3 times tire wear and 3 times fuel.
Where next? Suzuka?
Yep. I have not decided what tracks are rain tracks yet, so I don't want to do next week rain because it's too late to decide that. So we
Suzuka
have,
does have rain,
yeah,
but could do Fuji again in the rain.
no. I want to do good at Fuji this time.
You
Although
did not Fuji last time, no?
I finished P2, but it was because of the rain. Right at the end, I lost because I spun out right in front of Forza.
Like no matter it's rain or dry, you just do well at Fuji because Fuji.
But I will also be in the BMW at Fuji for the first time, so that's going to be a new thing for me. I do know that Fuji is the 458 is the meta car at Fuji, so that definitely helps me be better at that track.
The balance of performance has been changed since then, I believe.
Yeah, the update was yesterday. I got to look up some of that stuff. They better not have nerfed my Ferrari.
It it was nerfed in that BOP, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I definitely would say that the track and the Ferrari do not mix. That was also one of my reasons for last minute deciding to go with BMW instead of running the 458 again, because I didn't want to drive the 458 here at Bathurst.
But now you're gonna have to drive it for the rest of the season.
That's okay. It's not a terrible car. It's actually really good.
Well,
Like
it's a
you
really
said
damn good car
earlier,
for me.
yeah, coming out of the corners, you really got to be careful because it likes to fishtail and spin them tires. But
His
it is a
cornering though
decent
is
car to
top
drive.
notch.
Yeah, it felt really good in the corners. All right, well, thanks to everybody for stopping by today. We're going to get to work on doing some replays and seeing where this first week is going to leave us.
I
Appreciate
gotta
everybody's.
run, do another race as well. So, thanks for having me here. I'll
All
see
right,
you next.
thanks to Rowiki for helping announce and keeping the crowd entertained while I'm too busy racing. Uh, Suzuka is not going to be a wet race. I'll have a look and see. But it definitely won't be Suzuka, not Fuji. Probably Spa, which is week 7. And at least one more. So I'll have to see which other ones actually allow rain.
Okay, so from coverage from Super Doofus and me, Rowicki. We'll catch you around.
All right. take care, Wiki, and to everybody else, race long and prosper, and we will see you all next week.